Hello, sixth graders. This is Mrs. DeLong. I'm going to talk you through our pumpkin sketchbook assignment. I know this is not the best video I've ever made you, but just bear with me. So number one, you're going to do a blind contour drawing or a few of your pumpkin, okay? So if you remember our blind contour drawing, that means you're going to look at the pumpkin in the middle of your table, and then you're not going to look at your paper, and you're going to slowly, at the same pace you are moving your eye along the pumpkin, you're going to move your pencil. I'm using a pen so you guys can see better, but please use a pencil for this. I want you to hold your pencil kind of in the middle here so you're not really choked up putting a lot of pressure. If you move back on your pencil, you'll be able to lightly sketch, okay? So I'm gonna do this here really quickly, really slowly for you. So I want your pace to be nice and slow. You're gonna move along the lines that you're seeing. Okay, do not pick your pencil up. Some people are forgetting about that. Try not to pick your pencil up, okay? And I'm just going along the ridges that I'm seeing on the pumpkin, okay? And remember, these should look pretty messy in the end if you're really looking at your pumpkin and not what you're drawing, but you should be able to see some, line similarities or some shape similarities to what you're drawing. Oh, I'm so sorry, I went off the page. But you can see I've got pumpkin shapes kind of happening, but they're all spread out because I wasn't actually looking at the pumpkin or at my paper. Okay, blind contour. Next is kind of a fun brain one. You are going to, with two pencils, you are going to draw a pumpkin with these two pencils at the same time, okay? One going left, one going right. And you're gonna just do your very best, okay? It is tricky. But just try to you can look at your paper if you want to, but also look at the pumpkin that you're drawing. And you can do a few of these. You can do a few blind contour drawings. You'll have a few minutes to do both of them. Okay, and then this one's gonna overlap a little bit, but that's all right. I'm gonna come up and make these rounded shapes here. Okay, so you can do a few of those. That's a really fun brain exercise that we like to do. So this one is two pencils at a time. Okay, and then number three is you are going to draw a pumpkin as realistically as you can without shading. So just work on the contour lines. Remember, contour means all of the lines that make up a shape or make up an object, the outside lines and stuff. So there's two ways to do this. I have attached in your Google Classroom, I've attached a picture of one way to do it, and that shows you step by step one way, and then I'm going to show you another way that's really similar, but sometimes one style works for some students and some style works for others. So I like to sketch just my oval first. So if you're kind of a shape sketcher, this is a lot. Artists often start with the basic shape of whatever you're drawing, and then they hone it in. So one thing to note on both ways of drawing a pumpkin, you always want the stem to sit down into the pumpkin part way, okay? A lot of times your left side brain really wants to say, I know what a pumpkin looks like, and it wants you to draw this circle and then stick a thing on top, and it says, and draw these straight lines, and it says, yep, that's what a pumpkin looks like. But that's just a symbol of a pumpkin, not a real pumpkin, right? So we don't want to do that. So you can put a little dot here if that helps you. I think the other one shows you how to do that too. But you draw your stem, then it comes down into the pumpkin. It's usually wider at the base, the little stem. You can draw some little lines. Now, I still like to start with this middle piece. This is kind of true for both ways as well. So start with this oval. Now, the pumpkin is kind of made of multiple ovals. But the reason I like starting with a circle this way is now you kind of have a spot to aim for, and you know that these come these lines that come out from the center point here, they don't come all the way down. You just do these until you meet the edge of your circle. So you're going to come out here and then come down here. Okay, and then if you really want to make this look more realistic, you can kind of round the bottoms here of these shapes, because their pumpkins are not flat. They're gourds, right? They're kind of rounded. And you can kind of sketch this a little more. Make sure these pieces come behind. And that's going to make it look the most realistic pumpkin, okay? So the key is the stem, sitting down inside, in these one outside shape, then being made of all of these smaller shapes. Sometimes people want to kind of spider these lines and they like go out too far. Try to tuck them in a little more for these shapes, okay? For the pumpkin, don't go straight out. Like, don't go straight out. Try to curve them. Okay? And then next class, after you get through all of this and your pencil work, we will work on light, and we will work on shading our pumpkins, a little bit of shading practice, and then we are going to do some final pumpkin sketches. And this is going to prepare us for our portraits. That's what we're working towards for our drawing unit. We're going to do self-portraits. I'm really excited about that. All right, thank you.